right, welcome to another installment in me VOD reviewing FlightedFlame because, you know, that's what I do now. Comp game, it's a 5-stack, but we're just gonna pretend it's not a 5-stack because I don't want to VOD review the entire team. I'm just VOD reviewing one child. So we're gonna assume that you can't change the actions of your teammates. So let's get into pistol round. This is a fine buy. You can also buy drone armor. It's just personal preference. I mean, drone's more useful consistently, but if you like the ghost, you like the ghost. It's an execute dart, but again, it's early. It does ping people, but you can throw an execute dart, like the same dart from long, right? When you're actually trying to burst onto site, or you could just jiggle the angle and throw a dart right here, because then they'll have to turn to break this dart while you guys are swinging, and you kind of just get this control for free. Because they'll either fall back or they'll be pinged by the dart right here while they're trying to fight you. So don't quick switch the gun off, but good trade and high flash over. The cipher trip's broken, so I'd be concerned about the flank. It depends on whether the enemy team likes to flank. One is CT. Okay, checks. Okay, you've checked CT and Heaven. I'd check flank before you check those again, yeah. On that swing out, you kind of saw deep CT as well as got a glimpse of Heaven, so I don't see the need to recheck them, but again, good round, decent. I mean, it's preferable that your Sentinel doesn't die first, but we're gonna pretend it isn't a 5-stack. Yeah, duelist needs to entry. Lol. Second round, you're expected to lose this one. There's no purpose. I assume you wanted to hit back here with a bounce and get it into like the cubby that's being blocked by my epic pen UI. Hold on, can I move this? Yeah. Get it like here. But this dart really scans nothing, and you might as well just land it here, right? Hit your darts first of all, because I assume you didn't mean to bounce it off of this corner into the middle of nowhere. If you're gonna bounce it, also, you shouldn't peek this, right, while you're bouncing the dart, because the purpose of bouncing a dart is either to, like, mainly to just get it into, like, an area that you're not currently peeking, right? Because you bounce, like, a shock dart here to grab the person who's hiding in, like, this corner right here. This is the kid. Because you don't want to peek him with the dart, right? So you bounce it off the wall. But if you're going to be peeking this long angle anyway, you can just jiggle, throw a dart back here, or like on the floor, wherever you wanted it. Swing. Smokes go down. Alright, that's fine. You lose the duel and we'll just skip through this round. Nothing more to say, really. You could have darted, like, on this box if you're fighting close. Otherwise, darting backside, I mean, you just kind of threw a dart and then died, so whatever. Again, minuscule things. Overall, that round wasn't too horrible. Gun round, so you guys, they didn't really buy up. They just kind of had heavier pistols, so you might not have as big of an advantage as you think. Just pay attention to the enemy's economy. So we're gonna fight bottom mid. No, we're not. And you last second switch to a Vandal. So yeah, we're gonna talk about this. The Urena dies on the C peak, right? what is your purpose of like being here? What are you doing? You have your knife out, and you're not throwing a dart for the Reyna. We're just defaulting, I assume, because we've got two people here, someone covering kind of mid-bottom, and your Reyna used to be covering like this C-long peak before she died, right? And you started here until like 1 second left in the round, and then ran this way. So, like, what is the purpose of doing that, right? Like, is there an idea? Like, are we grouping for this take, or you want to think about like what you're gonna do in the round? Because you switched to Vandal last second, so I assume that's for like this long range duel on this angle. But you're not peeking it because you're too late to the angle, right? So you just want to think about like what do you want to do in the round, and not just sit there in the buy phase. All right, so walk up, dart. Careful to your cubby. This is a fine spray through, but I wouldn't spray all of your mag, especially since you're playing Vandal. They can spray back at you. Flash to clear bottom mid or garage, whatever. Hop down. We're fighting B now, so one spotted left side. This is a decent drone, right? Just don't stay out like here, right? You want to fight this and then drone, right? So you want to get like into cover before pulling out the drone because you could have gotten timing. Again, it's small things, but whatever. Cage goes down. I'd like to see smokes. I don't know why the smokes aren't going down. Thank you. Good smokes. Um, I'd be careful on the flank because you have a trap on A, but you can still get flanked. Good dart past the smoke, and you're just recovering from the dart. So peek a second later, and it would have been fine. Just like be aware of, I don't know, gun pull out timings. You kind of peaked while recovering from the dart. But all in all, good round. You win your gun round without too many casualties. So this should be a relatively even buy as far as things go. Their Reyna might be on light or a Spectre Bulldog, something like that. But other than that, grouping to fight. I assume you're gonna be fighting A. No, so move over to B. There's a star down on window, and you peek this. Take the duel. That's a bad wall bang to go for, because again, you could just get insta swung, and so there's presence established on A lobby by the enemy, like by the stars. I mean, so they're aware of this. The wall goes down and we retreat. There's a trap to cover your flank. Just fighting C a little bit. Dart through the wall. This is a good dart. If it pings someone, which it doesn't, that's fine. Someone spotted flank. So in this situation right here, what I want to talk about is decision making. This is not a bad play to go for. You've got a trap here, so you know they have to come flank here if they're gonna flank, right? So you can fight that. But it's a 3v3, and you know one is here. You can either slow down the round, try and grab a kill on this guy who's probably gonna go here, right? Which is what you want to do. Or you can go in and take the 3v2 on site to try and grab site and get into a post plant situation, which is what your team wants to do. So they're taking a 2v2 on site, and you're taking a 1v1 back here. I just like to see like comms where like yeah, there's someone noted flank, but if you go right now, you can get into sight before this flank comes in. It's a tight window, but just this is not the worst play to go for. I just want to see like the team not, fighting the 2v2 on site and helping you with flank instead. So you hop up here and they go 1 for 2, so you're in a 1v2 now. You know one is here. Astra spotted out. You whiff the shots, and you know this guy's over there. Nice. Good kill. So you can fade away now. He ran back to the left side. So you've got bomb. This seems to be just convoluted pathing, but it's fine. Clutch situation. You want to think about it? Okay, let's think about where this Astra could be. All right. She was last spotted here and headed this way, right? So if she continued on her path this way, she'd have went like this and either coming this way or this way, right? But you're gonna have time in that case because you took this path. So she'll be like here or here. And she's probably gonna shift walk, so she might even be slower than that. So your CT area is gonna be pretty clear for the most part. She could have doubled back here or double backed here, in which case there's actually an active danger there because she could be there by the time you take this pathing over here, right? So you could dart long or just go for the plant and play it for CT. So you're planting and then you expose yourself to long with this plant, which is fine, but I'd like to see a dart down first. Throw this dart first and then start planting, right? And this is the other, yeah, garage we talked about is the other area that they could have been. So you check it. Good game sense. Overall, good clutch. Just a few misplays thinking about like what do I want to do in the moment. You don't want to take a more convoluted pathing for no reason, but again, you got to take time to think. So if you need it, you need it. Another round, another buy. Your cipher likes to throw this trap on A, right? Like this trap over here. So this catches A flankers, and you don't really need to be worried about it. You lose this control for free though with that trap. So you just want to be aware, like maybe you throw a dart here, try and grab bottom mid control or garage control or fight for C control. But like, and when your cipher doesn't throw that trap, right, you can give up like with a trap here, you can give up long control and fight for a lobby or something like that. Just conscious playing around other people's utility. Another star goes down. You take this duel. I don't know. That was a bit long of a spray. I don't know why that full heal doesn't go through. Be aware they could like sprint up a long because there's no trap there. I assume the cipher's going back to do that. Yeah, all right. You take this duel here. Again, a very small thing, but like just jiggle your darts, right? Peek out with the dart in hand and just kind of toss it this way while retreating back this direction instead of just running this way and tossing the dart because it's easier to die. But I mean, it's whatever. Just throw the dart and you take this duel. It's also not a great dart, all things considered, but whatever. A 2v3 now. You know someone's there. Yeah, it's just unfortunate timing. You should have probably held it for longer until you're, like, definitely clear of the angle. But overall, not an awful round by any means. We can skip through this. Cool. You... Your team doesn't really have all the money to buy. You can go for a fourth up if you want. I mean, you obviously have money. I don't know what the team can manage to buy, but it should be okay for a force if you guys are doing that. Yeah, looks like that's what's gonna happen. So again, you're like just chilling a lobby, right? So I'm assuming this would be like a fast A execute, but then last second you just leave. There's 0 seconds on the clock. If you're going here, right, you're not set up. And if you're going over here, you're not nowhere even close. So just again, think about pre-round. What do I want to be doing? And you run over here. Holding that angle's pointless. Like they can't be there, right? So, I mean, not this angle. Like that was good crosshair placement, right? On this angle, like this box here. But it's pointless. This is where the spawn barrier is. They can't be here at 0 seconds. So we're fighting bottom mid. We have some sort of lobby control. Think about the dart on C long. Yeah, we've lost all C control, but we have Arena in deep short. This is a good dart for garage control. So again, we're like fighting for other stuff. The jet's in window, so you might have wanted to double back and help. At this point, right, we've got like this. We've lost this, but we have a trap here and we have a trap here. We mostly have this control right here because of the Reyna being deep short. And the jet's here. So you've lost this control, but you've got garage, right? So you want to just hold garage now because you didn't double back to help fight the jet when she was in window. So you just want to hold garage control at this point. Because yeah, when you die, right, you instantly basically lose all of this because there could have been a person right here that's already recleared garage in like a couple seconds, right? So you've got we can just skip through the rest of this round because again, team, just be good, lol. And they were okay. So another gun round. Um, I don't know what is happening. Um, Sky can get a drop and Astra can force up. I don't, or Astra could get a drop. I really don't understand what's happening. Don't buy Sheriff on gun round when you can, like, not. But again, teammates, what are you gonna do? You get pinged by the dart. And you're fighting this a little bit. There's no one holding your garage necessarily, so be aware of that. But we grab a pick bottom mid, and now your team's grouped up A lobby. Two are spotted A lobby. So in this case, again, you're holding full utility. This is like, okay, you throw a dart, right? It lands here, and then you just go back to fighting mid. Why, like, what is the purpose of the dart, right? It's not awful or anything, but you bounce it off this wall here, and it makes these guys here turn around to shoot the dart. So you could swing on that. Or if you wanted to just like cover yourself, make them second guess your push, why don't you just flick a dart onto this wall, right? It takes less time, I guess. I mean, you're in a 1v4, but just the little things. Good headshot, and you just lose out on that duel. Again, you're dying with, drone and shock darts. Like, think about how often you've had to repurchase utility, which is, like, not very often. So, like, just think about, like, how could I be using my utility, right? To help clear for my team, or, I mean, again, this isn't, like, scripted or anything. Like, I just, so I'm gonna be looking for opportunities that. Okay, so you were like again this buy phase thing. You're loitering here, and then you move to here, and you last second buy a stinger. Like what? That's fine. You have a game plan with your stinger, right? But you've got 30 seconds to think about it. Like why is this coming to you in the last 1 second, right? So you just want to be thinking in the buy phase. Running up. Okay, so the Sova ults, right, from like here and goes down this way, and you run up mid with a dart. You could be shot from here with your dart out. So I don't really know the goal of the dart. If you were throwing it into garage, you could just throw it from here. There's no need to run like forward with the dart, right? Or you can get into this corner with your gun and then pull out the dart and bounce it into garage. Again, this Sova ults down this way, so you like want to not head this way into the Sova ult, right? And then we can skip through the rest of this. So this should be a gun round. So Phantom Vandal. So we're gonna fight for garage control. Flash goes in to clear garage. I can't hear the audio cues because there's no audio cues on this, but I'm gonna whatever sound cue that gives, you can play off of that, right? And then you just lose a dual bottom mid. So you're a bit faster than your teammates, though, right? Like your Cypher's just swinging now. Your other teammates are still, like here fighting for garage control. So you just want to like have someone take the 50-50 with you. Like you landed a headshot, but someone being there to swing and trade you would be, it's Arena that you could have dismissed, but just extra um, insurance. And we can skip through the rest of this round. So, next round. We're forcing. So, Guardian. This is fine. Again, you see, you haven't had to buy your drone again. You haven't had to buy the shocks again. Throw the dart. So, a bunch of things happen here. Your Reyna grabs a pick bottom mid here. This, you have no control on A. Yoru's ulted right here. And you throw a dart to clear backside, okay? Your dart, you peeked out a little too wide. Again, you're bouncing it off this wall just to, like, not be exposed to deep C sight. And if you peek wide so that you can see C, you might as well just jiggle this angle, throw the dart down, and then jiggle back. This Yoru ult's here, and you've got a Guardian. I'd suggest just leaving, backing off to here, right? So you can still hold, like, this control, but he's got a shorty, most likely, and he's going to jump out at you with the shorty, so you just want to have a teammate next to you to trade. The dart clears sight for the most part, and you switch to a classic, but the Yoru's still here. I mean, yeah, and jumps out with a shorty. It's just, we can skip through the rest of this round. Again, this is all hindsight. Like, you can't predict all of this, right? The Yoru could have backed off if he, but it's a high percentage chance that the Yoru is still there, and you just want to fall back to your team, right? You lose this round. So you've got ult up, you've got your dart, you've got your drone, right? But this is probably going to be a save. And I'd suggest saving. Forcing every round is, like, not great. This bot, I'd rather you have armor. Like, if you like the Bulldog, then fine, but I'd really rather having armor. So we're going to be fighting for mid control. I guess you've got bomb. You need to be, like, aware of all this. So, and the round started, so you're behind in tempo now because you're just sitting here, right? Flash goes to clear mid, and the smoke goes down. You guys are kind of at a standstill. Dart through. It's fine. Okay, this dart doesn't really clear anything, right? So what I want to talk about with this dart is this is a fine dart. You clear like this angle, you clear bottom here. There's a blind spot like right here, right? That's fine. That's fine. You've basically got mid control. But you've got this. It's an eco round. So the dart is fine, but just talking about like rounds in general, you've got drone. And the dart is really useful for executes, right? Because they've got to turn around to break the dart, and you can still be there. You get all the info. It distracts them because they got to shoot the dart, and you can still be there with your team, with your gun, shooting people, right? Whereas if you drone in, yeah, it clears the same corners, you get the same intel, but you aren't there. It's slower, it's not instant. They still have to shoot the drone, and you can trade off the drone. But you gotta fly the drone in so you don't have your gun out, right? In a normal round, you can expend the drone here. You get this, like, basically all of this intel, and you can fly it up here, check this angle, and check into B even more controlled than your dart. It's a possibility, and that's a possible use of your drone, right? And then here, like, we're coming back to another possibility with your drone. Again, we're just speaking things. So, like, if we want to go back to C, right? We've lost all of this control, so we can fight like up to here, right? And then sit in this corner and just drone this, drone up long, or like sit in, or like, walk up to here and drone down, check this corner, drone into sight before throwing a dart back and then, executing, right? Because especially if you watch like pro play and such, um, the drone comes in and then the execute comes in. It's not like the drone isn't part of the execute, it's like pre-execute. Again, you can drone in during an execute, that's fine, but it's just something to think about. As we come into last round of the half, just invest everything you can. And it seems we're grouping A lobby again. We've got a trap thrown on C, so we're definitely not gonna go there. And we're just gonna fight for mid and A lobby control. The same star has been thrown by this Astra. Jiggle, good jiggle, and you spot out the operator, right? At this point, good spray through the smoke. At this point, if you're fighting for this mid control, you can just stand here and shoot a drone out, right? Because it pushes people off the angle. This dart, right? You're not really sure where this dart is going to land. It's going to bounce off and probably land somewhere like here. There's a smoke here. Just walk into the smoke and dart out, right? You can ping on the map, like ping here if you want to dart here, and then just dart it. There's no need to bounce it because, like, there's a smoke. Gets caught in the corner. You ping someone. There again. It wouldn't have really made a difference if you droned there, but okay, now you follow up with the drone, which is fine. You're just re-clearing again. You should clear left, just as a... Alright, the oppers tag, so you're taking the duel. You can't wallbang that. I suggest not taking the duel, and then you ult. Okay, so combo the drone with the ult, right? You're ulting now, which is like fine. You spotted her on the minimap, but what if she was tagged by the drone still? And when you drone tag her, she is an op. Why are you've got a vandal, right? You can just ult her, and there's a higher percentage chance that she's gonna die because she's tagged. You know where she is. You can ult her. It's a jet, obviously, so she can like updraft dash away, but you're peeking an op with a vandal, first of all. And also, you're gonna ult afterwards anyway, so why not just, like, ult with the drone? Anyway, you swing out again. You just commit to sprays a bit too much. There's a trap there, but two are spotted, and you swing out and lose the duel. That's fine. At two spotted, you don't have any teammates with you. I'd suggest backing off, but you're in an advantage situation. I guess that wasn't the worst play. So we're going to move on to the next half as we close at 4-8. This is still winnable, obviously. I mean, it's not over till it's over. So again, pistol round by, whatever you feel comfortable with. And we're going to head over to the C side. Playing Garage. So if you think about like a standard setup, right, there's going to be 2A, probably 1B, 1 Garage, 1 C. So it seems we're going to be playing like the extra A player around the B Garage area and double up on C. So we're going to probably be playing A retake. I see you're moving to throw a bounce dart here again. First of all, the double bounce isn't necessary, right? And you might as well, you're peeked out here. You might as well just throw it like bottom mid, right? This doesn't clear any more than it would if you just threw it raw. You win the duel on the Euro because he's inting. So there is presence and you get running headshot. Alright. So we can skip, please, YouTube. Skip, YouTube. Skip. Thank you. Alright, next round you lose pistol. So it's gonna be another save, just with classics. And it seems, okay, when we're talking about the map, right? We've got 4 here, and there's a cam here, so we're clearly playing a retake, and this is like a cheese pistol strategy to try and steal away around. I'd suggest if you're gonna, be A, you can dart long or dart short, whatever. First of all, be here earlier, because you could be like here already. So think about that in the buy phase, what you want to do. And you just want to dart for early information so your teammates can rotate over. Otherwise, I'd suggest just playing B and then just waiting for the A retake, right? Because you're not going to be able to stop a push of 5 people. Either way, you see a star here and double bounce down. It's fine. That clears more of long, I guess. So it's not the worst double bounce to go for. I'd say just single bounce the dart. Again, the Sova dart comes in and you just lose that duel, right? So you're 1v5ing on the site and your team's all here. If you can just pinch in when they're pinching in, right, and create pressure for the retake, especially since you darted already, but like you've got shocks if you want, if you know how to shock the bomb or something like that, and you've also got pressure from CT, so they can't just like play for CT. They've got someone pinching in there. It could be a more successful retake if you just stayed alive. And we can skip through the rest of this round because, yeah, you lose it because it's just 5 classics. But that was overall not a bad round. You do some damage, and we head into the gun round. I don't understand how they have so much money, like, all the time. Just like, why? They have specters. Like, they've got specters. I don't understand. I guess bomb plant? I mean, maybe? Who knows? We're playing for a retake again, just jiggling window. Presence is shown C, so this dart, right? This dart is a good dart to throw if you're, well, first of all, I don't think this dart is going to land, but like a dart like this is good to throw when you take first contact. Like when the enemy Sova dart first flies in, you can throw that dart to stall, right? But if you look at the positioning of your teammates, Astra's playing backside. She has no sightline on any of this, and neither does Sky, because Sky's right here. So you guys have limited like vision, since your Reyna basically has the most forward vision on to see. Throw a dart like here or even here or like, here, if you look at the mini map where they're just past the Reyna, because you don't have sight control necessarily, and you almost died for that. But anyway, swing back out and you grab the kill. The dart kind of lands. This is a good drone. Double drone though. You've got garage control. You tag the Astra. It's a fine shock dart, but why would it, like, you tagged her, right? You tagged her with the dart, and now you're going for this shock right here. Why wouldn't you just go for it first? Because you've got teammates that are with you. Just swing out with your gun, right? With your teammates, fight bottom long, and you know she's tagged, so you know she's not gonna timing you because she's tagged. You can see her every move, and then you can go for this shock dart. Because right now she can timing you, so I don't know why you would bounce here for the first dart when it's safer, and then do that one when it's less safe. But I guess they've backed off, so there is some reasoning to it. Either way, Astra falls, and you're in a 5v2, so you just kind of want to gather in intel here and not die. This is a risky peek. The Sova dart doesn't spot you. Good ADS, good kill. So running across long like this is risky. I mean, you're in a 5v2, so I get you can take risks, but it just things to think about, like if the jet is there. Again, the bounce, like you bounce it off of here, deeper into long. But like this dart, if you just land it here, it already scans like basically this. And if you land it, if we go forward just a little bit, when you land it here, it scans like this. So basically just about the same amount. There's no real reason to bounce the dart in that situation, and you clean up the round. Next round, you guys have guns. You can drop the someone can drop the Astra shortly. Guys, please don't play Sheriff on gun rounds. Just like, thank you. Alright, so we're playing B. And I assume you're gonna go for a dart. So, something about that dart, it's fine. You're kind of jiggling while throwing the dart. You can full charge it and then just jiggle out, throw it, jiggle back instead of darting, like, instead of jiggling while charging the dart, right? But you could also just, like, jiggle out, aim, like, up here, and then just zero charge the dart. So it goes like that. But if you don't feel comfortable with that, it's a good dart nonetheless, and you catch the Astra in astral form. Jiggling window, backing off, so we're giving up B control at this point. This is a good drone. So drone past the smoke. You get caught on something. You want to check your left. Definitely check your left. And spraying down the smoke, I feel like, isn't necessary if your Astra's already pushing down. So we're peeking B, peeking B. The dart comes in contact. We take contact right here and on A, right? So just be careful right here. Good, nice, good awareness. This dart is going to land probably like here, right? So first of all, where is your team? Here. They're not ready for a retake, so you don't need to throw a dart instantly. Because no one's on site, no one's stopping it. This dart isn't going to help anyone. It's just going to delay the... It's probably going to delay the plant by like 1 second at most, and you've got 51 seconds left on the clock. Wait for the team, throw this dart. This is a god retake dart. It will scan basically everything but hell and deep short, deep long, right? So throw that retake dart, because you guys seem to be playing a lot of A retake. Bomb goes down now. The dart doesn't even land. But it is a 5v2 still. Flash goes in. You peek a bit early off the flash, but it's fine. Clear hell. Yep, good round. So, I mean, the dart could have helped, but it's a 5v2 just for future reference since you guys play a lot of A retake. Just throw the retake dart instead of throwing a random dart to try and stop them or delay them, right? You've got ult now also, so more on the A retake thing. You could play like as soon as the bomb gets tapped, you can ult the bomb to stall them, especially if there's like 10 seconds left, right? There's not always gonna be that way, and you can go for like a drone tag into Sova ult or just Sova ult to create chaos on the retake. There's common angles you can Sova ult. So dart, yep. You're just standing like in the middle of nowhere. This is spam, like you only tag one person, right? So you can spam this for a little bit, but the dart is on this wall, so there could realistically be someone like right around the corner. So just don't spray for way too long, right? Like I'd consider that to be a bit too long. You could get swung. Dart contact on C. So we're running in. Again, there's no control here. You don't want to be pulling out your drone in this situation because your sky has this sightline. This could be all enemy territory. But good drone. And you clear basically close. So this is a good alt. The enemy Sova is still tagged. I understand the jet's in this corner, and it's like an easy target, but you've tagged the enemy Sova with your ult, and he was like, he's tagged, right? So just finish him off before switching targets with your ult, and you don't end up hitting, right? So you take contact garage now, and we're leaving C. There is like, we have mid control kind of. Someone's close, so we're fighting this. Lear comes in. That has a blind spot to your left, and the rain is there. Your sky's still like here, right? I mean, I'd suggest just not going for the retake in general, and instead of falling away this way when the Reyna Lear comes in, just fall back. Because you don't always have to fight the bomb plant. You could be in a 2v3 instead of a 1v3 here. So you just skip through that, and she ends up losing. Another gun round, though, so we're fighting off match point at this point. You've got an op, so you can play around that somehow. Like, if your op wants to post up on an angle, you can shift people away from that. But again, it seems to just fit more with the theme of a retake. Your Cypher's just going to try and grab a pick and then fall off. Jiggle, good jiggle. And I see you pulling out your dart, but you don't really know what's a dart, right? In that situation, you can drone if you want. You don't have to, but like this smoke goes down now. So first of all, you can dart past the smoke, and second, like jiggling a dart or just throwing a dart like at your feet right here isn't the worst thing you could do. Although, uh, but like you can jiggle a dart onto this wall or I don't know, just drone. So we take contact bottom mid. At this point, I'd be concerned about garage control. So your Astra retakes it. I don't know how he got there. I don't have sound on this clip, but I'm sure just like that was avoidable. So we can skip through the rest of this, and I assume, yeah. So we're on match point now. Just buy up whatever you can. No, that's the wrong way. So we're gonna be playing a pretty similar setup to always, just playing a retake, stacking the other sites, jiggling, flash to clear bottom mid. Yeah, that's a good bounce dart, see? That's when you bounce the dart, but it gets destroyed, so you fight out, like, right here, okay? You throw the dart, it gets destroyed. There's a smoke here, which is where you're aiming. You don't need to be aiming here. Head spotted here. The dart gets shot, so you know they're like here, here, and it couldn't have been shot from window, and the window smoked off. So one, you know there's presence there. There's no need to swing off the back of the dart, especially if it doesn't get a tag off. But they're distracted, so this is a fine swing. But you swing like out wide, you're exposed to all of this. So I just like swing like one angle or this angle, but this is smoked off. So take this duel. I think you commit for a bit too long when he fades back into cover. You get a heal, which is fine, good. You get flashed. Watching this side. It's a really awkward situation. Your team is kind of covering you. Good kill. This is an awkward drone. I'd like someone to be covering your garage. This is a good drone out, and you tag the Sova. So this is when I'd like to see, right? Just like you've cleared bottom like this, 'cause with your drone, you didn't see anyone. So just walk up and bounce a shock dart like this way, right? Because he's pinged. If he's gonna run at you, you know he's running at you because he's pinged. But that you can't wallbang that. It does end up he does end up dying, and a flash clears mid, I assume. I assume there's no one else. And your Cypher is now fighting this. There's a trap here, but this is where the bomb is, right? So I'd suggest darting bottom mid or darting this way and then helping your Cypher clean up the Reyna. Or if your dart spots someone, like distracting them while the other two teammates clean up. Again, this dart isn't like the most helpful thing. Like you can swing off the back of it, but you're possibly surrounded in this situation. So I'd like to see like a dart here or a dart here just to like clear out instead of a dart where we already know there's a person. Like pinging the Reyna doesn't do anything for us, really. And just kill the jet. She's just right there. Alright. Again, you're just gonna be fighting off match point, match point, match point, match point. So, I mean, at this point, it's just like your plan is fine, play a retake, but okay. So lose a duel, down C long. Dart comes in. You don't need to break the dart at that point. So you kind of push in and then pull back out. I don't see the need to push in at all. This Reyna you take contact on the Reyna. So let's just keep this clip rolling. This is just the epitome of what I'm talking about. What is the purpose of bouncing it so it lands here? What was the purpose of bouncing it at all? So you dart right there? Like you could dart here or here with the bounce, realistically. Unless you're trying to hit this wall, first of all, just learn geometry. And second, I feel like that's a retake dart, and your Cypher isn't here. Your Sky's still smoked off. You shouldn't really be going for this retake. You get a double spray down. You can just chill here, right? Wait for the Cypher. Just continue holding this angle. Wait for the smokes to fade. You guys have time still. You swing out and fight two, right? So you end up going down. It's not the worst. Like you go for a hero play, I get it, but we can just go over this situation one more time in a little bit slower speed, okay? So your Reyna dies here, and you go onto site, you pull out a dart, you go back, right? You fall back at this point. A Reyna leers in. The enemy Reyna leers in, there's a Sova dart back site. You're not gonna I would first of all just suggest not going for this, okay? But if you wanted to, the Sova dart's gonna fade soon. You can dart right here to stall them and then fight. They're in sight at this point, so this dart peak is really, really risky. And the dart's already gonna fade anyway. So you fall back, you take contact on the Reyna there. At this point, pulling out the dart is super risky for one, and charging it is even more because you have no control here. They could be right behind this box, right there, ready to swing you. So just if you have to dart, pull it out and just no charge, just clip it at this, okay? If you really want to dart. Your Sky is throwing a flash. If she pops it, I'd say just run backwards, right? So the sky flash pops. At this point, you can run back. Your dart pings someone, and you try and wallbang, but you get a double spray down. At this point, it's evened out. You don't need to make a hero play anymore. Okay. Like I understand staying here and not taking the 3v5 retake. You need a hero play somehow. You don't need a hero play anymore. It's 3v3. You guys are on good health. just hold this angle, right? You don't have a way of getting out, and swinging out most likely is going to take you contact. So just keep holding this angle. It would be nice to have a dart now, right? But I get that dart like prepared you that they were going to swing this way. So it's not bad. Just don't full charge bounce it this way. There's literally 0 point. But this is just an overly in swing, and you go down. So as we go back to normal speed, I assume you're just gonna be clearing out. Yeah. So overall, like obviously not a bad performance. You did end up top fragging. You went positive. Just the drone usage on attack is very minimal, and you can drone to re-clear areas, especially if you're playing so slow. You've got a trap on like A, right? You can drone to re-clear a lobby because they do really like flanking. You can, drone to clear areas and save the dart for when you need it. Because you don't really play off of the dart, right? The dart is fast; it clears everything quickly, so you can play off of it. Whereas you can't really play off of your own drone unless you ult them afterwards. But since you're not playing off of it anyway, you might as well just drone out, right? Especially during like gun rounds, you're investing everything into this round. You might as well go out. Pointless bounces on your darts. That's the main thing. Just like your darts are fine, but it's overly convoluted. You don't need to bounce every dart, and just knowing when to bounce darts and why you're bouncing darts instead of just bouncing every dart, right? Um, Deciding what you want to do during buy phase. Just like having a clear plan that I want to fight this, or I want to buy Bucky on an eco round and jump up to here to hold a close angle or whatever, right? You want to have an idea of that during the buy phase so you're ready to like, you know, do that as soon as the barriers drop. Um, your gunplay seems to be fine. It's just, I mean, your Sky went 5 and 15. Uh, your first instinct seems to just be shoot, fight. You can play for retake. That's a viable thing to do. You want to be aware of where your team is. If your team is there with you, you want to fight that. Great, let's go fight. Just send out a comp like I'm fighting this. We're not playing for retake. But if your teammates are on the other side of the map, just chill. Wait for your teammates to get there. You can throw a dart. It pings everyone. You've got, your team there. You've got guns. Yeah, great. Learn some retake darts. If you want, learn some shock darts. If any of this didn't make sense to you, like this isn't scripted again, so just shoot me a message. Uh, I hope that, you found this helpful in any way. FlightedFlame mostly, and anyone else who's watching this for any reason. If you're not FlightedFlame, why are you watching this? Go watch Dragonmar. He's smarter than I am. Yeah. But again, I'll see you in 8 months because I never post